Also, dude, okay, so apparently there's a new champion. Fuck, I messed up my camera. Apparently there's a new champion, and then there's a patch. I'm not going over any of the patch notes, but I don't know. I seen like a 1-minute trailer on Twitter. I don't know this game, bro. I seen it and I couldn't believe there was they're really releasing another champion already? Let's see it. Like, bro, is that really what the game needs right now? A new champion? Hwei! Alright, let's watch this. Who is the last champ? Fucking Briar, where the fuck her name is.
Something dark clings to me. Has always lived in me. I see destruction and despair. You brought it to light, Jin.
Looks like a Philios.
Good, evil, the line blurs. I keep spiraling down paths I never thought I'd
Wait, is it
walk.
not a Philios?
There is light in me. I can't lose sight of it. And the colors come flooding back. Open your eyes. Every question.
Is that a fucking Karthus ult? What the fuck? Is that his ultimate?
Open your eyes.
Dude got Karthus ulted from half health.
Every question, every burden, every vision. I'll lay them out here.
Looks like a Aurelian soul ult.
Art, life, death. All I've seen. All made clear.
I mean, whatever. Looks like a new champ. Sure, that's gonna be fun. Dude, is that really what we need? Bro, like, we need a new champ, you think? But then I say that, and apparently, there's a... Hold on. League... I don't know, I seen some crazy shit about preseason. Where's this video at? See, this one. There's another video? I'll watch this one first. I don't even care. Alright, so I find another one. Bro. Oh, gameplay spotlight?
Out with the old, in with the new. Welcome one and all to Season 2024. We've got quite a few changes to share, from terrain adjustments to new monsters and items. Ready to see what's coming? Let's get into it.
Not really, bud. Not really. Not really, actually. No, I'm not ready at all.
Wait, where are we? Oh, it's top lane. These walls are different, and would you look at that? The brush is now in the middle of the river.
Bro, I don't even care. Like, whatever. Like, change it, whatever. Bro, these guys have such they have such a hard time balancing the game as it is in the current map state. Imagine when it's in a brand new state. It's gonna
That'll make for a trickier gank path from jungle, so you top laners can focus more on your lane opponent instead of hungry junglers. We've got terrain changes
I
across the entire
understand
map
that
on your
top
lane.
bush because it lets you ward further out, so you can see them sooner. Because right now, if you it's hard to walk top lane. You only get one ward, pretty much. So sometimes you would ward try, but they would come from river. But if you were to ward this bush right here, you wouldn't get insta vision if they come out of this. Now you get insta vision. So I
Lane
actually
opponent
understand the bush.
instead of hungry junglers.
And then it's not just that.
We've got terrain.
It's not just that, which sweeper kills any of this anyway. So jungler will sweep a ward in this bush that's here now and just sit there. Now they can't sit there. Now they can sit here, which is further. So I actually kind of like this bush right here. I'm not gonna lie.
Top laners can focus more on your lane opponent instead of hungry junglers. We've got terrain changes across the entire map actually, like in mid lane. The brush is farther back from the lane now, and we've adjusted the walls to both red and blue side for better symmetry.
These bush, honest to God, these bush changes these seem pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. First glance, junglers, it makes the jungle pressure a lot less. I kind of like these bush changes. Not gonna lie. As of 50 seconds into the video.
Overall, these adjustments should make it a little safer to play
I'm not
variety
sure
of
about
champions
these.
in mid lane, especially
I'm
those
not sure
mages
about
with zero
that.
dashes. Speaking of safety, we've also changed the walls opposite Baron and Dragon Pit for a bit more security while you're moving between lanes through the jungle.
That's odd.
Finally, in bot lane, there's a new gank path on red side to make the map more symmetrical. We've also shifted the brush to the middle of the river, so both teams can more reasonably fight for
I'm
vision
not
control.
sure.
Look
I
alive.
don't know if I like this bot shit. And then the walls. I don't know if I like that. I think it's just different. I don't know.
Down there.
I'm
Baron and Dragon Pit. Speaking of
I kind of don't like the
safety,
walls.
we've also
I kind of don't like that.
changed the walls
Or the one mid lane.
opposite Baron and
It's because it's new.
Dragon
That's weird.
Pit for a bit more security while you're moving between lanes through the jungle. Finally, in bot lane, there's a new gank path.
Wait a minute. Wasn't I always crying about build the wall? Wasn't I always saying that? Build the wall, build the wall. Bro, I think they actually took my advice.
On red side to make the map more symmetrical. We've also shifted the brush to the middle of the river, so both teams can more reasonably fight for vision control. Look alive down there.
Omar, what's up, bro?
New jungle paths aren't the only thing to keep your eye on this season. A new void monster has found its way to the rift. During the early game, a camp of 3 void grubs will now spawn inside the Baron Pit. When you attack a grub, smaller void mites appear to join the fight. Killing one of the void grubs grants a permanent buff to your entire team that deals damage over time when attacking turrets. For every grub you slay, the buff becomes more powerful. After the first 3 grubs are killed, 3 more will spawn a few minutes later. If your team manages to kill all 6, then you unlock the maximum buff. When you attack a turret, you'll apply the damage over time and spawn some void mites of your own to help take it down. Keep in mind,
When is this? So this it's a perma buff. This is because right now the big thing is top lane is they just have Rift, where bot lane has all the dragons. So I think they're trying to balance it out.
that these grubs are an incremental camp, not all or nothing. So slaying even one can give your team a small boost and keep the enemy from collecting all 6.
Yeah. When do they spawn?
At 14 minutes, any remaining grubs disappear, and the beloved Rift Herald enters the game
Okay,
with a
okay.
fresh new look. Maybe they're born with it, maybe it's the hideously vile influence of the void from whence they came. If you slay the Herald,
That
you can...
voice line was recorded separately. Whoa!
Maybe it's the hideously Rift Herald enters the game
They added that in post production, by the way.
with a fresh new look. Maybe they're born with it, maybe it's the
Look at that.
hideously vile Herald
They had to do a
enters the
couple
game
takes of
with a
that
fresh
one.
new look. Maybe they're born with it, maybe it's the hideously vile influence of the void from whence they came. If you slay the Herald, you can summon them as before to march down lane and whack turrets. Or, any member of your team can hop on board to play Summoner's Drift, steering the monster as they charge forward like a battle sled. Ramming Herald into a turret this way deals some extra damage, and you can run into enemy champions to damage and knock them up.
You can
On
put on a Halloween costume. It's called Rift Herald. What the fuck?
collision with terrain
You can get inside Rift Herald? What?
or a turret, the driver pops out near
got this idea, by the way, from arena mode, the sled, for sure. What the fuck? Bro, what? Is this the same game?
And the ability to steer goes on cooldown. This cooldown resets if you hit a turret, but takes longer if you hit a wall.
Oh, a Nexus Blitz it was in first. Oh, I didn't know that. So they probably added that to arena and the Nexus Blitz. Ah. Bro, they use these, they add stuff from these for fun game modes directly into the game all the time, by the way. Bro, I'm not kidding. Sooner or later, we're going to get Earth Cannons on Summoner's Rift, swear to God.
Aboard the Shelly Demolition Train. Now let's talk about... What was that? Baron Nashor, Voidborn Tyrant of the Rift, is back and badder than ever before. When he enters the game, you'll know it.
Got a wall.
Baron takes one of 3 forms when he emerges.
Where's the wall now?
Each form provides the same classic buff, but alters how he fights and determines the shape of his pit.
Huh?
But wait, there's more. With Baron's entrance, the Void's influence spreads across the map, infusing the Scuttle Crab, Brambleback, and Sentinel with dark power. Voidborn Scuttle Crab becomes tankier and tougher to kill. On death, she sends out a massive burst like a Scryer's Bloom, revealing all enemy champions and wards in a large area. Bet you didn't see that coming. Likewise, the Voidborn red and blue buff require a little more muscle to take down, but in exchange, they grant the buff to every teammate who's alive at the time. So no more fighting over who gets blue buff, alright? So no more fighting over who, but in exchange, they grant the buff to every teammate who's alive at the time. So no more fighting over who gets blue buff, alright?
That's crazy. This game's crazy.
Speaking of cool new buffs, let's talk Infernal Rift. All versions of the Elemental Rift have been refreshed to accommodate the new base terrain, with Mountain Rift losing a few walls that didn't quite fit anymore. But we've changed up Infernal Rift completely. We don't have gameplay footage quite ready at this time, so let me paint you a word picture. Instead of a burned out fire escape, Infernal Rift will scatter infernal...
By the way, if you get caught if you get caught in River now and you aren't like one of the 200 experienced champions that doesn't have a wall jump, you're just dead. Apparently you're fucking gone.
Cinders all across the map. Picking up these cinders gives a small burst of move speed and a stat buff. On death, half your collected cinders explode out for others to snag for themselves. I mean, you weren't using them anymore, right? As in years past, we've made some item adjustments for this new season. Like, a lot of adjustments. For one, mythic items are out. Gone. Poof. In their place, we're adding, removing, and updating a bunch of items across several champion classes. Mages, assassins, tanks, enchanters.
They're not gonna be able to, dude, they're not gonna be able to balance them. But they're not gonna be, see, that's the problem. All this new shit, it's just gonna replace it. They're not gonna be able to balance it, bro.
Fighters, and marksmen will...
It's gonna be broken for months and months and months. Just like Duskblade and Hullbreaker and Divine and etc., etc. That's been like that forever, bro.
We'll all notice quite a few changes when they gear up this season. For example, the new Storm Surge for those AP assassins and burst mages who really want to shock the enemy. In addition, we've overhauled the support quest items. Supports now have a singular item they pick up at the start of the game with minimal stats. You earn gold with this item by executing minions of any type for a flat amount, or hitting enemy champions with abilities or attacks. At the middle tier, you unlock refilling wards as before. And when you reach the final tier, you can choose between several upgraded items to suit your playstyle. Whether you prefer protecting your carry or more aggressive support tactics, we've got you covered. While you're running around the new map with new monsters and new items, you should keep an eye out for old grudges. We've added a handful of champion quests that will trigger when certain champs are in the same game. Defeating your quest rival on the enemy team will grant a tiny buff. While it won't significantly impact the game, it'll be a nice reward for your Renekton mains to finally stick it to me. Many of the changes we've made this year are aimed at making gameplay mechanics and systems easier to understand. This goal includes a lot of adjustments mentioned previously. The mechanics and systems easier to understand.
Hourglass, no
this
AP,
goal
the most
includes a lot of
broken item in the
adjustments
game for
mentioned
years.
previously, or smaller changes like simplified tooltip language. We also just want to make it feel better to be on the Rift. Listen closely and you might notice the music changing throughout the game.
It's wrong, it's 120 AP? Wait, does it give MR and armor though? Because they added MR. No, just armor. Okay.
based on where you are or what you're doing. Listen closely and you might notice the music changing throughout the game based on where you are or what you're doing.
Like
There is
RuneScape! Area-based music.
boss music, anyone? And now you can celebrate or commiserate with your teammates in a language everyone understands.
My shit!
Fist bump. Okay, that was a lot to language everyone understands. The fist bump.
But what if we were on comms and we like made a good play and get this, we just said good job. What about that? Yo, good job. Oh, that would be a great language. Nice work. And then if you fucked up, it'd just be like, get cancer, right? Wait a minute. Where's the down? Can I downvote, bro?
Okay, that was a lot to cover. In summary, new terrain means new gang path in every lane. Void grubs are now a thing you can now drive over. In summary, new terrain means... Okay, that was a lot to cover. In summary,
Did he like drop his headset?
new terrain means new gang path in every lane. Void grubs are now a thing. You can now drive the Rift Herald into battle. Baron looks scarier and the Void is everywhere.
Oh,
Infernal Rift is totally changing. There's a bunch of new items. Some champs are bringing their beef onto the Rift, and fist bumps explode into sparkles and fireworks. Whew. Got all that? Good. If you want all the nitty-gritty details, we unpack everything in the article linked below. So study up, friends, and we'll see you in January when Season 2024 kicks off.
That's right, there's no preseason. Well. Oh, by the way, guys, everything that you've gotten used to is now gone. That's just crazy, bro. Also, what's this? Also, what's going on here?